What's up, guys? Welcome back. It is great to be back as always. Today, I want to show you how to make a delicious and easy to make creamy tomato soup. And actually, this is almost the same exact recipe that we used on our food truck way back when, day in and day out. I liked it actually so much that I made it a point to learn it. My wife liked it. She's like, hey, you need to make this at home. So I made it a point to learn, and I actually learned it from our chef who came on board. He worked for us for 3 years. He actually has a culinary background. He worked 6 to 7 years, I believe, at one of the restaurants at the Ritz-Carlton Hotel, the Half Moon Bay location. So honestly, after that, he came on board to help us. So I thought that was pretty cool, and we were very fortunate to have him. Actually, a lot of what I know today, I learned from him. So definitely I owe a lot to him. And the thing is, going back to the tomato soup, it's great for this kind of weather. We're basically, going into February. We're in California and not as cold and rough as everywhere else in the country, but this really bodes well for the weather. If you're feeling a little bit sick and you need a little bit of comfort food, this is for sure one of the best comfort foods you can have. And it goes great with maybe some homemade croutons. Definitely a perfect pairing. We had a food truck, okay? So we had a food truck, and it goes well with any one of our melts. But of course, the classic pairing of tomato soup and a grilled cheese sandwich. So honestly, guys, I hope you're excited. You guys sit back, relax, enjoy the show. Let's get to it.
It is mise en place time, guys. Let's get some carrots, onions, and celery ready. Garlic, tomato paste, fresh rosemary, fresh basil, some dry ingredients, basil, oregano, thyme, some cans of stewed tomatoes. We'll need vegetable broth, salt and pepper, a little bit of oil, and finally, heavy cream. Set a soup pot on top of a medium-high flame. Be generous with your oil that's in the pot already. We're allowing that obviously to heat up. I'm going to go in first with our 3 cloves of minced garlic, and then in with our meal preparation. These are roughly chopped, by the way, onions, carrots, and then finally with our celery. We're going to set the lid on that and allow that to soften up for a little bit. Occasionally, you want to go in with a spoon and move the ingredients around a little bit so we can get an even softening up of our mirepoix. Real quickly, I just added 3 Italian seasoning ingredients. It's my simplified version of Italian seasoning: basil, oregano, and thyme, and that was about a teaspoon's worth of each. I've set in there a heaping tablespoon's worth of tomato paste to give it a little bit of body, thicken up our preparation there. And that's some fresh rosemary, just a twig of it. Right now I'm checking the carrots to see if they've softened up and they're good to go. So that's 3, is it? Or 4 cans of stewed tomatoes. And that there is vegetable broth, 4 or 5 cups worth. Those green leaves, by the way, was fresh basil that I added in 4 of those. And we just threw everything in because at the end, we're going to blend this up using an immersion blender. And right now, we're just allowing all that to come to a boil and allow all of those flavors to get acquainted. At this point, I felt it needed a little bit more liquid, so I added 1/3 cups more of vegetable broth. I guess you can say I'm sort of a clean as you go, organized as you go type person, so I've been kind of organizing here, kind of cleaning up, back and forth to the sink and whatnot. We're getting our immersion blender ready. And maybe another minute or so has passed by. And look at that, coming right at your screen, tasting it once more. And that is looking beautilicious. Oh yeah. I can't wait for you guys to try this, or your version of it. Let's go in for another taste. And, this is all on your senses. You got to rely on your taste, your sense of smell, and we are about ready to go right in with our handy dandy immersion blender. This is gonna take a few minutes. You want to break down all of the ingredients, and if you want it rustic, you can do that and just leave it as is. But I think a blended version that is smooth and eye-appealing and easy to eat is definitely the way to go. And that is heavy cream. Do not add too much. It gets really rich. So add a little bit at a time, taste it. If you think it needs more, go for it. But just go in a little bit at a time and continue to taste until you approve. And here we are, getting ready for the money shot. We're gonna get a leaf of fresh basil and we're gonna roll that up, fold it up a couple times and get rid of that end stem. We're gonna chiffonade this and just very thinly slice that up, and what you'll get as a result is some strings of fresh basil. And we're garnishing that with that fresh basil with a little bit of black pepper, and that is looking so delicious. I hope you try this, guys. It is an excellent soup. Have a good one. Thanks for watching. Take care.